not really going to waste y'all's time. It's not really what I do on this channel. Okay, so what did I see going into the day? Well, for one, I saw how we still remained bullish. So even though we had this big run lower, which I guess was freaking out a lot of people, we made this 4-hour gap. Oh, so scary. What I noticed is that while we're still holding bullish signatures, we're respecting discount. Even though we inversed this 4-hour gap and barely closed below it, we then started distributing above it. So this is kind of irrelevant and it's in a premium. And if you really want to, the 8-hour gap held anyway. So it's a higher time frame gap. So that's irrelevant. But then what did I see going into market open? Well, I saw us still remaining bullish and we nearly inversed this 4-hour gap. So this is clearly respecting bullish gaps, a bullish discount, and then disrespecting bearish gaps. And another thing with this gap is look at the highs. This is simply accumulation. So this gap is defending something that we want to target. So there's more of a reason to burn through it. Versus down here, this is swept liquidity. This is unswept liquidity. So this gap is protecting high resistance. This gap is protecting not so high resistance. So yeah, and then we get a close through. Let me go ahead and crop this to right here. So disrespecting this 4-hour gap. So all I'm waiting for is, well, okay, for us to continue doing what? Disrespecting bearish and respecting bullish. So I wait for a 50-minute gap tap. There was one that was created right here and then one right below it. We obviously get a run into these gaps after 10 a.m. open, just like so. Run into those. Let me go ahead and delete this one, or the 4-hour gap. Y'all already know about that. And then we have this 15-minute. So this is where my entry came about. And honestly, it is perfect. If you look at ES is way below NQ at the time. So ES is sweeping out all this liquidity. NQ is not. So NQ is the stronger pair. And then on top of that, we're also bullish. So that goes hand in hand. That's perfect. So in a pair with LR, that's bullish high time frame and is now stronger than the other pair. Also, we had a second SMT right here. You can see this internal one right there. So we have two SMTs and one of them being inside of a high time frame imbalance. So that's perfect. And now all you're really waiting for is your inversion. Now there was a 30-second setup, but I'm just going to be going over the 2-minute close. The 2-minute close is fucking phenomenal. We tap the gap, we manipulate, we put in the SMT, and then we have the healthiest close possible. This candle is not saying, I don't know where to go, I don't know what I'm doing. This candle is saying, I don't want to respect this bearish gap at all, and I want to distribute in alignment of this higher time frame 15-minute for value gap. So that's the context you get from here, from a healthy close. And then, of course, you can also add about the 10 a.m. PO3. The 10 a.m. PO3 is really nice. We have two wicks, right? We have a top wick and we have a bottom wick. Well, how do we know what is the manipulation? Well, you simply look at what we did. Did this top wick do anything? Well, no, it didn't even sweep this high right here. All it did was respect a 1-minute gap. That is not enough for a 4-hour candle distribution. Okay, but what do we do if we didn't do anything at the high? What do we do at the low? Okay, well, we had an SMT, so a cracking correlation with ES on the leg itself, and then we had an SMT inside of a high time frame imbalance. So we manipulated down here. We hit a gap, we swept out liquidity, and we put in an SMT. So we had perfect manipulation to the downside and nothing to the buy side. So I'm going to sound like a broken record if you watch my recaps. There's no reason to go lower, and there's all the reason to go higher. This is perfect for your trades because logic says that, yeah, there's not open liquidity below. There's no imbalances below the target. Obviously there is, but like we're reacting off of this one, so we rebalance. So there's a lack of a DOL below. But you look to the buy side, okay, well, we have this like smooth highs. If you watch the AMD video, smooth highs. So this is something to target, also relatively equal. And then failure swing, failure swing, failure swing. We have two failure swings here. One right here, one right here. So built up liquidity. And then you take into account, okay, we're trending on the high time frame and the low time frame. You look at the 15-minute. Look at this. This is clearly a bullish trend. Right here, sweep this low. And then we do what after sweeping the low? We react. So again, another bullish indicator. Sweeping the low and reacting is, guess what? Bullish. So yeah, then we obviously get our healthy close, target the highs, and it's just a perfect trade. I'll go ahead and slap the executions like in the thumbnail or like right here, probably the thumbnail. And yeah, that's it. This is A plus. It's super obvious. Just to go over the trade one final time, this is exactly what you want to replicate. This 4-hour candle. Look at it. We run lower, we manipulate, and we don't do anything to the buy side. So we left open liquidity, swept sell side, hit a high time frame imbalance, put in an SMT, had the displacement up. We followed the trend. We followed the high time frame idea as well. So, wow, don't know why I did that. So there's a reason to go higher on the 4-hour as well. If you look at the 4-hour, wow, okay, this is really laggy. On the 4-hour, there's a reason to go higher to these highs, right? So we are aligning with the high time frame. And then on the low time frame as well, there's a reason to go higher, such as these highs. So yeah, you really just want to align low time frame with the high time frame trend, and it's super easy. And yeah, that's it. Not really gonna waste y'all's time. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you do want to see these reviewed daily, I do that in my own Discord at 11 a.m. EST. It's actually just after I finish that. So yeah, if you want to get your trades reviewed or just look at what I took sooner, then yeah, pull up to that. And hope y'all enjoyed.